today. Welcome to my screen as I see as I stream here. Uh, I just moved all the way across the country from the East Coast to the West Coast, and as a result of which, all my normal gear is in boxes still. And so this morning I was trying to stream with just my laptop, and for whatever reason, just as I hit the go button, it blew up. And so I put my computer in timeout, which is to say I turned it off and told it to think about its poor life choices. And then I turned it back on. So after the reboot here, we are live. I apologize for the slight delay in that. Today we're going to be working with Drone.io and the local Docker extension for Drone.io. And our goal is to try and push some software that we've got. Let's go to our code here. This is our MERN stack example, and if you remember correctly, all this, if you remember back, all our MERN stack example does is give you a very quick and easy way to hit a button and record something in a Mongo database. And we can run it locally. We've done that before, but what we're going to be doing today is working on pushing this to a local Docker container and running it locally in Docker. And to do that, we're going to be using the Docker desktop, and we've got some extensions here. We're going to enable the extensions, and yes, thank you. Close the tip, and we're going to enable those Docker extensions. And now we're done with that, so we can hit apply. Well, okay, and close that. So here we've got extensions that we've got installed or not installed here. Why are we not? Let's reboot this. Extensions, software update, nope. And let's see here. General, where's the restart? I forget, in the UI they've changed this. So let's cancel that. And look at our, so if you're not familiar, this is Docker Desktop, and Docker Desktop has the, it's going to let me run Docker on my laptop, in this case a MacBook Pro, and I can see the images that I've got pulled down here, and I can see the containers that are running. I don't really have anything going right now. I can see the volumes of things. This is the one that I just created, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go up to my menu bar, and in my menu bar I've got well, I should have the Docker desktop. Let's quit Docker desktop here. Let's pull that down and then we'll restart it. Docker.app. I was expecting to see the little Docker, whale boat container thing up there, and I'm not seeing it. So are we having technical problems again? Maybe. What's going on, computer? Let's go into applications. We'll just launch it manually. Docker. There we go. Now it's starting. And it says extensions are disabled, but they're not. I enabled them. I feel like I should play that Mario, like you've been stepped on by one of the spiky shells. Here, what we'll do is we'll apply and restart to turn off Docker extensions, even though they were on. The UI was being funny. Okay, and we'll restart them on. Oh, there we go. Fine, restart. Close that. So I've got some extensions here. What happened to my managed extensions? It's telling me I don't have them installed. This must be an artifact of the emergency reboot I did here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the extension we're going to install. This is from a coworker. His name's Kamesh, and he's got this Drone Desktop Docker extension. And one of the things we can do down here is look at the instructions. We're going to do this. This is the command we're going to run. We're going to go do it over here in Warp. And so I'm going to do Docker extension install. Boom. Yes, I want to do it. occurs to me this might be a bit small. Make that a little bigger. So it's going to pull the extension. And these Docker extensions are Docker images. So totally eating their own dog food here. And periodically, I'm going to have to come back over here and check this to see if we've got anybody saying anything in the chat there, because I don't see that. Normally, here's what we'll do. I'm going to plug this in, and we're going to see if we can't get the chat window over here and bring this up in the we're going to pull open. Okay, so this is pulling the image, and I'm trying to get us to the point where we have some lovely chatting. Let me log in here. We'll do Okay, so now we have that installed. Let's go over here. We've got drone desktop installed now. That's what we want. So let's go here. And you can see that I've got this. I'm just going to close this. So what we can do here is we can import a pipeline, and I've created a basic pipeline. That basic pipeline looks just like this. You can see that it's got the kind pipeline type Docker. I gave it a name. Let's do this one. Let's do code about example. Excuse me. I found out yesterday that I am getting over pneumonia, so please forgive me if I end up coughing a lot. I am not trying to blow out your eardrums. I'm just trying to well, I'm trying to continue breathing. I got to put in this two-factor code. Okay. Anyway, so I got this here. Now you see that we're going to do it on Linux. It's going to be an ARM64. That ARM64 is because I'm on ARM64, and we're going to fix that so we can. Let's refix the spelling suggestions, and we'll do environmental variables. You'll see that we're going to use the BusyBox image. We're going to pull it if it doesn't exist, and we're going to run this print environment command with the drone desktop. Now this is a super simple one, and let's just see what that looks like here. We're going to import from our directory, our MERN stack example, and when we do this, it imports the .drone.yaml file. So it's going to import this .drone.yaml file here, and that's what we want. That's where we've stored that. And if we expand this, well, we're supposed to be able to expand it. I'll have to see if we have run it here. Now, when we go to run it, we can do all sorts of things. We can select steps to run, like this display environmental variables. We can use secret files if we want, and I'm going to run that here. And you'll see that it goes and it ran, and it was unable to display environmental variables. There was nothing in there about drone desktop. So that's okay. But what we're going to do here is we're going to, let me see if anybody's tuned in with chat. And where is my chat? Chat. Okay, nobody in chat today. Feel free to join us. But what we're going to do here, especially if you've got like questions, comments, sign remarks, we're going to start working on this drone.yaml file in order to get our MERN stack example building images and then launching those images in Docker Desktop. So first things first, let's build our image. So we're going to have a step here, and this is failing. So let's just do echo. Let's just do env. Env, okay. And rerun that. Look at that. So that ran nice and quick, and we've got our pipeline that it came in, and um, it's interesting. It looks like the stream is a bit weird today. Let me pull something up here. Oh, hey, that's better. So much better. Can't see your full screen, John. I'm sorry about that. Like I said, I've had some technical difficulties this morning, and then my computer locked up, so it made some bad life choices. And after its timeout, aka reboot, we are back to where we can do things. So let's go ahead and we're going to work on we've got this running now where it ran our entire pipeline, which is nothing more than running the env command. So let's go ahead and start making this do something useful. So I'm going to create a new step, build server image. Image. We're going to do, what image do we want here? Let's do Alpine. You know what, I'm going to do Ubuntu latest because I'm more familiar with Ubuntu than Alpine. And we're going to do pull if not exists, and we'll do commands. And I'm going to give this an empty line there. We're going to do the command I'm going to do is cd to server. And then we'll do Docker build X, and we'll do period. I think that'll work. So let's try that. We'll go back here and run this. Running pipeline. Okay, we're getting some logs here. Docker not found. Okay, so we need to find one of those that has Docker. That makes sense. So we don't have Docker installed in our Ubuntu latest, so we need to find an image that does have that so that we can build our server image. So let's go to Docker Hub. Docker Hub.com. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say Ubuntu with Docker. A minimalistic. Okay, so that's Alpine, Ubuntu. BusyBox. We got to find one that has Docker installed. Maybe we should just Google it. We'll do Docker Linux image with Docker in Docker. How to create a Docker image? No. Docker Hub, change Docker desktop, no. Run Docker within Docker. Here's a how-to geek. It's usually pretty good. Okay, so Docker in Docker tag on Docker Hub. Oh, so let's do isn't there a official Docker one? Let's look at this. Huh. No. Rancher D&D. We could use